The FBI issues warning about text messages. Here's what you should do. Hack warning. The terrifying truth about your text messages. You think your text messages are private? What if I told you hackers, criminals, and even foreign governments can read your text messages without you ever knowing? The FBI recently issued a terrifying warning that could change the way you text forever. If you use an iPhone, an Android phone, or send any text messages, this affects you. But here's the scariest part. Some of your messages may already be in the wrong hands. Recent social media stories. FBI warning your text messages may be at risk. Hackers steal private text. Phone spying exposed. By the end of this video, 1. You'll know exactly how hackers are stealing your messages. 2. You'll know why the FBI is warning everyone. And 3. You'll know what you must do right now to protect yourself. The hidden risk you never considered. Right now, you probably think your text messages are safe. But let me tell you something so shocking. If you're sending text messages between iPhones, Apple encrypts them so that hackers cannot read them. If you use an Android cell phone and you're text messaging another Android cell phone, Google encrypts them so that hackers can't read them. But the moment you send a text message between an iPhone and an Android cell phone, that protection disappears. Your messages are now wide open for hackers, scammers, and even foreign governments to intercept and read. Think about it. You send a message and you assume only the person on the other end can see it. But in reality, it's floating through the internet like an open postcard, like a simple piece of paper, exposed, vulnerable, and ripe for the taking. This isn't a maybe or could happen. It's already happening. The FBI says hackers and even government-backed spies are actively exploiting this flaw to steal sensitive information. And what's worse, you might be helping them without even realizing it. And that brings us to the two groups of criminals who want your text the most and how they're using them to empty bank accounts and manipulate world events. Who's really reading your messages? The two groups that want your text. You might think hackers stealing text messages only happens on TV or in the movies. But the FBI says two powerful groups are actively hunting for your messages, and one of them might already have targeted you. Group 1, cybercriminals who want your money. The first group, cybercriminals. These hackers are in it for the money, and they've perfected their scam. Here's how it works. They don't hack your phone. They trick you into handing over access. It starts with a simple text. Scam alert. Your account has been compromised. Reply with the code we just sent you to verify. Sounds legitimate, right? The moment you send that code, it's game over. They're in your bank account, draining your savings before you even realize what happened. Recent social media story. Victim loses $10,000 in text message scam. Group 2, government-backed spies watching everything. But cyber criminals aren't the only ones reading your text messages. There's an even more dangerous group, one backed by entire governments. Recent social media stories. Foreign hackers targeting journalists, politicians, and activists. U.S. intelligence confirms Chinese hackers intercepted private messages of American citizens. The FBI recently revealed that foreign government backed hackers, especially from China, Russia, and North Korea, are spying on text messages to track high value targets. Journalists, politicians, even regular people caught in the wrong data breach. Think you're not important enough to be a target? Think again. The moment you use the text message type two-factor authentication 2FA for your email for your social media, or for your bank account, you become a target. And here's the scary part: you don't even have to click on anything. If you're sending text messages between iPhone and Android cell phones, your private conversations could already be exposed to hackers scanning unsecured networks. Your phone isn't as secure as you think. And the worst part, some of these hackers don't even need to hack you. They just need you to trust them. That's why I'm exposing the most common text message scams hackers are using right now, so you can spot them before it's too late. How they trick you into giving up your own data. Sometimes hackers don't need to break into your phone. They just need you to trust them. And that's exactly how millions of people are getting scammed every day. The most common text message scams you need to recognize: number one, your account has been locked scam. Hackers impersonate banks, PayPal, and even government agencies, sending fake, urgent messages that make you panic. They tell you your account is locked, your card is frozen, or there's suspicious activity. And they say the only way to fix it is to respond right now. The moment you reply, you have now given them the exact information they need to log into your bank account and empty it. Recent social media story: man loses $20,000 after falling for text message scam. Number two, the fake two-factor authentication request. That's 2FA request. This one is even sneakier. You're actually getting a real security code, but hackers are tricking you into sending it to them. Once they have that code, they log into your account, change the password, and you're locked out permanently. And by the time you realize what happened, your money is gone. And finally, there's number three, the "you won a prize" scam. Hackers love preying on excitement. They send messages claiming you won a giveaway, a lottery, or even a free vacation. But the second you click that link, you're taken to a fake website designed to steal your personal information. That Amazon website, it's actually a clone designed by hackers to look like the real Amazon website. The moment you enter your login information, they steal your username and password and use it to take over your account. The hard truth: hackers are always one step ahead. And here's the scariest part: hackers don't need to be experts. They're using automated tools that send these fake messages to millions and millions of people at once, hoping just a few will fall for it. And sadly, it works every single day. Even worse, sometimes the scammer is pretending to be someone you trust. But the good news: the FBI has one simple trick to protect yourself that almost no one is using. And I'm going to tell you what it is right now. The FBI's secret to protecting yourself? Can you really stop hackers? By now, you've seen how hackers steal text messages, trick people into giving up their passwords, and even bypass security codes. But here's the real question: is there actually a way to stop this from happening to you? Here it is: simple habits drastically reduce risk. The FBI's most underrated security tip. The FBI has been investigating these attacks for years, and they've discovered one simple trick that almost no one does, but instantly reduces your risk of being hacked. The tip: turn your phone off and back on daily, or at a minimum, at least once a week. Rebooting devices regularly disrupts hacking attempts. Sounds too easy, right? But here's why it works. Hackers often install hidden malware or hidden programs on cell phones that runs in the background, stealing your messages and login data. But when you restart your phone, you force these malicious programs to shut down, breaking their connection to your device. It's so effective that even government agencies and journalists are being told to do it regularly. And yet, almost no one actually does it. Other FBI recommended ways to stay safe. But rebooting your phone isn't enough. Here are three more things the FBI says will drastically improve your security, starting right now. Number one, use encrypted messaging apps like Signal or WhatsApp or Telegram instead of regular SMS or regular text messaging. Number two, never use SMS. That's never use regular text messaging for two-factor authentication. Instead, use an authentication app like Google Authenticator. And finally, number three, always verify messages before responding. If a bank or company texts you, call them directly. Call them directly before clicking links or sending information. The scariest truth about all of this, and here's the scariest part about all of this. Sometimes the hacker isn't a stranger. Hackers aren't just attacking random strangers. They're pretending to be someone you know because they know that's when you'll let your guard down. So now you have two choices. Number one, you can keep texting like nothing's wrong. Or number two, you can start protecting yourself before it's too late. Share this video with someone you care about before they become the next victim. Once again, my name is KD, and this is Cyber Defend Lab at Cyber Defend Lab.